It's showtime. What's up, good people? And welcome to the Frank Harris Show. I'm not giving no more intro. Me and Eric got some beef. We coming right out the gate. Let's talk. Let's go eat. Off camera now. We on camera. Let's finish the conversation right now. You telling me? So when we first, let's talk about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. When we first had this conversation, right? At that moment, I felt like Angel Reese was a little ahead of Caitlin Clark. But I've always said I thought Caitlin Clark had more upside potential as a player. And I said, we're halfway during the season. There's a whole half of the season left. So let's see how it transpires. Caitlin Clark could pass Angel Reese. Anything is possible. I stated that. Now you coming to me talking about look now. There's an evolution. Caitlin Clark has been great. Caitlin Clark is putting up record numbers, right? But Angel Reese is also putting up record numbers, and both players have their teams in the playoffs. One's a 7th seed, one's an 8th seed. All right? So what you saying, bro? I never said that Caitlin Clark couldn't win the MVP.
No, rookie of the year. Let's go. Let's get it right. Rookie of the year. Anyway.
I meant to say rookie of the year. Excuse me. Rookie of the year.
Now, let me.
So what you saying? You telling me, and we texted about this 2 days ago, and I just said it's a close race. That's all I said. I didn't say right now. I didn't say Angel Reese is ahead of Caitlin Clark. I didn't say that. I can read the text. Come on, bro. Talk. I'm gonna put a text up for the fans.
Now,
yeah, but
earlier on the show, you said that Caitlin Clark. You said that Angel Reese was ahead of her at that time, and you said, "Oh, the team sucks. They won like 3 games." Right now, Caitlin Clark has a team in the playoffs. That's number one.
I didn't say that. No. Quote me properly. Time out. I said it this. I never said the team sucks.
At the time,
Eric,
like
I never
games.
said the team sucks.
Like 4 games at the time that we had the conversation.
That can't be true because the season was halfway over this, so that's false. And they've always had a better record.
They had 6 games. They had won that game. They had won 6 games. They had won 6 games.
You just said 3. You just said 3 a few minutes ago.
6, something like that. 6 games. They had won.
Here you go again.
Now she got a team in the playoffs, and she's record-breaking numbers. Over 400 points. First rookie to have a triple-double, 150 assists, and 100 rebounds. Come on, Frank. Angel Reese is great, but all she does is rebound. All she does is rebound.
Okay.
Frank, come on.
Okay. So Angel Reese's team is in the playoffs. Angel Reese's team is in the playoff, and she's legendary rebounding. She's leading the league in rebounding by a mile. She's the best rebounder, you can argue, her first year in the history of the WNBA. She's the best rebounder in the by the way, she's 3 games 20-20-20 rebounding. All I said was, I said, hold on, let me just say this, right? When I made my previous statement, at that moment, right, I said at that moment in the WNBA season, it was close, but I thought Angel Reese had the edge in that moment. And in that moment, just to be clear, Angel Reese was still leading the NBA in the category. In that moment, Caitlin Clark was not leading the NBA in the category. She was 3rd in assists at that moment and like 10th in scoring. Angel Reese was 1st in rebounding. At that moment, she was 2nd in steals, etc. So at that moment, Angel Reese, statistically, I thought, had the edge. Caitlin Clark has since then taken her game to another level. I'm not disputing that.
Okay.
Now she's leading the WNBA in assists, which she wasn't when I made my other assessment. Let's be smart in our debate. Hold on, let me finish.
I'm going to let you finish.
Let me finish. She's leading the WNBA now. She was not when I made my statement. And when I made my statement, Angel Reese was leading the WNBA in the category. Okay? Now, fast forward, right? We are a lot of games later, and Caitlin Clark has been tremendous post All-Star break, and she's continued to gain momentum. So Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese has continued to be very good. Both teams are in the playoffs. One team's a 7th seed and one team's the 8th seed. So it's not like Caitlin Clark team's the 3rd seed and Angel Reese's team is they're right next to each other, right? They are 1 seed away from one another. They both having legendary, monumental seasons, both breaking records. And by the way, you giving me rookie stats, what she's done for a rookie. This young lady, Angel Reese, is breaking all-time records. 3 20 rebound games back to back to back. She's leading the, so just so you know, she's leading the rebounding in the WNBA by more than a rebound. Caitlin Clark is 8.1 in assists. The person behind her is 7.8. Let's be clear. Caitlin Clark is the meal ticket. She's going to be the MVP, I think, in that league in another year. Her ceiling is higher than Angel Reese. I've always said that, and I've been clear about that, even when I thought Angel Reese was, at that point, Rookie of the Year. Now, as the year has continued to unfold, you do an update based upon new information. And the new information have those two girls neck and neck. And I'm not saying Angel Reese is ahead of her now. I'm saying you can take Kit Clark. I get it, because she's been fantastic. But Reese is still fantastic, and it's a close race. I said my piece. Now you go ahead and speak.
Frank, you switch up so fast, boy, I tell you, man. Listen,
how I'm switching up? Eric. But why you say I'm switching? But you can't start by saying I'm switching up. What did I switch up on?
What you switched up on?
What did I switch up on?
Okay, go ahead. Into the WNBA, you said, "Oh, I don't know about Angel Reese. She has a push shot. She's not this. She's not athletic. She's this. Not." That's what you said about her. That's what you said about her. Now,
hold on. That's not relevant to this. What am I switching up on? You got to be able to argue with some continuity. What am I switching up on? Hold on. You started the statement saying I'm switching up. What am I switching up on? Yeah, but don't it. I'm like, go ahead. Let me let you finish.
Now the girl's having a phenomenal rookie year. Now she's the greatest. She's this, that, and third. You was dissing her.
There you go. You lying again. When I said she's the greatest. The greatest what?
You said.
What are you talking about? Listen,
Frank. You said she's breaking records. 20 in 3 games of rebounding.
Yes, she's doing that.
She says she.
That doesn't make her the greatest rebounder in the history of the WNBA after half a season.
Frank, anyway, let me get.
I never said that.
You distracted me. Come on, you distracted me.
Eric, you said I flip flop. What am I flip flopping on?
Can I get back to my point? You distracted me.
No, because you're all over the place.
You're causing a confusion, Frank. Come on, let me get to my point. Now,
here we go again.
Caitlin Clark, right, leads the league in assists. If them bum ass girls would have been catching the ball early on in the season, she would have had record breaking assists, but they weren't used to her passing.
Eric, stop. Eric, come on. You can't say that.
Passes.
If the ball players
passes, you saw the tapes. Now,
my goodness, bro. This is crazy. But go ahead.
Record for scoring, points, and assists for a rookie in the WNBA. Frank, come on, man. Come on. Give this girl her credit. You did a little bit, but you be dissing her. Give this girl
a little bit. What do you say? I said she's gonna be the MVP next year, and she has way more of an upside. Give her credit. A little bit. Hold on. Once again, time out. Hold on, Eric. This is your problem, right? In my opinion. When we debate, hold on. When you debate, you started this saying it's our flip-flop. First of all, time out. What did I flip-flop on? Tell me, what did I flip-flop on? How did I flip-flop on her?
You hated her when she first came out of college. Now you love her.
So let's be clear, right? First of all, I didn't hate her coming out of college, so that's false. And you've never heard me say I hate her coming out of college. So there you go with your hyperbole. So let's be factual with our argument. That's number one. Number two, right? You can have an opinion about a player. Right? A player then comes into the league and plays well, and you give them their flowers and their credit. Okay? Angel Reese, still, first of all, I've always said the thing that she does that would transfer to the league was her ability to rebound. She can score in the WNBA, and she still does shoot the ball from down here. And that's why I've always said Caitlin Clark has way more upside. Okay? So how am I flip-flopping? So the fact that she's coming and she's been a great rebounder and had a positive impact, it doesn't take away from the fact that she's not very effective offensively right now. Hold on. So that's not a flip-flop. And number two, she's coming to the WNBA and she's played well, and I've given her flowers. All right. And then number three, you said I hate on Caitlin Clark and I don't give her credit. And then you changed that and said I give her a little bit of credit. I just said she's having an incredible season. I said I think she's an MVP caliber player next year, and I said she has way more upside. How much more credit do you want me to do? Right. What you want me to say about her? When you say I'm dissing her, how am I dissing her? Tell me how am I dissing and not giving her credit? Answer that.
You sat here on the show and you said,
how am I dissing her? Hold on, answer my question. Don't tell my Grandpa Smooth. We talking about Grandpa E. Dominican E. So how am I dissing her? Your statement just now said I'm dissing Caitlin Clark. How am I dissing her? Tell me how I'm dissing her.
Both young ladies are having
Oh, of course, because you can't answer the question because I'm not dissing her. There you go again.
Season.
You're wrong.
Caitlin Clark will
yes.
eventually win rookie of the year, and she'll, again, she'll be in the running for next year's MVP. And she's right now.
I said that, not you. No. Don't use my statements now. Don't put your hand on your head and start biting off my stuff. I said she's MVP. You never said that till I said it. But okay, but you can take my quote. That's cool. Let's quote me. I'm great. I understand it.
Listen, shout out to Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese for having a phenomenal season. They're right now they're in the playoffs. Shout out to them.
100%. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. All right, E, so we got to switch. We hot. Right out the gates. Hot.
Oh, man.
Let's switch now. Okay? While we stay hot, let's talk about your boy Dion Sanders again.
Go ahead.
All right? There's a reporter, and this is a big issue, right? There's a reporter that's wrote some negative articles about how Dion operates, I believe in Denver, right? And somewhere in Colorado, and Dion has then decided to ban in the University of Colorado's football, AD per Dion has, and they say Coach Prime doesn't want to do interviews. Coach Prime, not even Dion Sanders, which is crazy that the AD is calling him Coach Prime. But anyway, Coach Prime has they've banned, right, a reporter from asking questions or coming to press conferences because they've written some realistic reports about Dion not walking on water, right? Tell me about that. You okay with that too? Because you're okay with everything Dion does. Is that appropriate?
He has a right. He has a right to not answer questions from a reporter that's been reporting negative stuff about the program. That's his right. He has a right to not allow this man into the facility to ask questions. That's his right. He can do that. And listen, anybody that's saying,
we know he can do it. Is it right? Is the question. That we know it's his right. You stated the obvious. That's his right. Who doesn't know that that's his right? Is it the right thing to do? I'm asking, is he right or wrong by doing it?
That's the right thing to do.
Is he right or wrong?
That's trying to, diminish the man's greatness and write negative reports on a program that he has no insight information on, nothing. You just going on based off maybe rumors or stuff like that. Where are the actual facts that this man has reported and said Dion is running a program, this, whatever way, in a way that he feels like is not, conducive to college football?
No. See, there you go again. You don't know the facts. The guy's just talking about how they haven't been successful. We know that. We look at the record. You know yourself. You said on this so first of all, Eric, listen, I'm shocked. Let me tell you why. Okay. Right now, we're media. We are a part of the conversation out there of yes, talking heads, right? Okay. So are you gonna tell me, right, that if I don't report positively on Dion, I can ask him questions? Listen, hold on. If I objectively report they're losing the program, I'm reporting facts objectively, right? Facts, and they're not favorable, but they're true. You ban me, so that means that unless somebody genuflects at the Dion Sanders altar, they're not allowed to ask questions.
No.
That's crazy, bro.
That's
what you're saying.
We have the right to have an opinion. We have the right to have an opinion. We're in this space now where we are reporting on stuff that we read about and stuff like that. We have the right to question, athletes or question. We have that's all right. We have opinion. We have an opinion. But anytime you're badgering this man's character, because there was out there in the report too, he was badgering this man's character. I think that Dion was right for not allowing him in the locker room. Not allowing him in the press conference.
Eric, a person can have an opinion that's not favorable as long as he's not spreading false truths, which he was not doing. And no one agreed on that. So what you can do right? The media has to be objective. Everybody's not going to like Dion. And Dion can't be such a crybaby that if somebody doesn't like me, they can't come and ask questions. So the only people, it's only about friendly fire. So the only people that can come and ask questions or be a part of asking questions are people that are going to walk into the place and say, "Hail Dion, hail Dion," and then they can ask questions. And by the way, just to be clear, you need to do your research because the reporter did not report anything that was false or negative or what have you. That's not true. So stop saying he's saying this stuff about this. He's not saying that. But a reporter should be able to say Dion right now is not doing what his big mouth said that he was going to be doing with the program. They lost so many games. They're hemorrhaging, losing players. These are facts. They should be able to report facts. You can't then say, well, because you're not being positive about the program, right? You can't be a part of the people asking questions or being a part of interviewing Dion and all that kind of stuff. That's a joke. It's another example of how your boy Dion is a self-promoting, selfish egomaniac. It's crazy. It's crazy, bro.
Let's do this. Once we get the actual facts that are in,
I got the facts. I got the facts. Don't say it was you get the facts.
So tell me some of the facts that the man has reported against Dion. You said
you go look at the facts. I know the facts. So you making comments about. I'm telling you, there's nothing that the man reported that was false, right? There's nothing. Listen. I can look at Dion. You can look at Dion, and we can see that so far. Okay, as it relates to product on the field, Colorado has fallen short of what Dion's big mouth has said they were going to do. And we talked about that. And we talked about Louis luggage, and we talked about how he came and all that kind of stuff. Right? But you can't censor the press, bro.
Reporting about that, which is actual facts, yes, I'll agree with you on that. If the man is reporting about that stuff, I agree with you on that. But there's something more deeper than where we are able to see. There's something deeper than that. So let's just make sure that there might be some friction between the two. Who knows? I don't know. Interaction between them.
But the friction is coming from the guy not genuflecting and saying you're the greatest. Come on, E, stop. It's no way you should censor people because they have a difference of opinion. No. And by the way, that's healthy.
I agree with you on that.
That's healthy, E.
I agree with you on that as far as if Dion is doing that.
Come on, E. That's healthy,
I don't have all the facts in front of me, so I don't know. But if Dion is doing that, then that's wrong on Dion's part. The man has the right to report.
Okay. Now we talking now, E. Now Dominican E is back.
Report, whatever's going on inside of Colorado football, the negative stuff, the losing and stuff like that. If that's
what I'm talking about,
on, then Dion. Okay.
Yes, Eric.
Dion is wrong for that.
But
if it's more than that,
and by the way,
Dion has the right to say, you know what, I don't want you in the press conference. I don't want you in the presence of Colorado football. If it's more than that, if it's just him reporting on Colorado football, the facts, the wins and losses, the negativity, all the stuff that's going on in Colorado football, I don't have a problem with that. But if it's more than that, then that's where I have a problem. That's when I have a problem with it. Yes.
E, can I ask you a question? And then we're going to switch topics because we hot today. Let me ask you a question, okay? If the man also is saying that the way Dion handles things, and he's saying that in his opinion, right, that the way Dion is handling things and the way some things have transpired in terms of flaws, etc., he's entitled to that opinion too, bro. Long as the man's not lying on you, right, getting false information, etc., he can be objective. You might not like the way Derek Jeter handled himself as a reporter, and you may be able to do that. But Derek Jeter, long as I'm not reporting false information, you may not like the way Michael Jordan handled himself as a teammate. You can express that in the article. All these superstars, they get so sensitive, Eric, that everybody is supposed to walk around listen, when Michael Jordan and Charles Barkley, this is a bit an aside, but according to Charles Barkley, if this is fact, because I never heard Michael Jordan say this, but according to Charles Barkley, he's mad because Charles Barkley stated the fact. Michael Jordan, as an owner, right, and as running the franchise, had a horrible record in terms of who he drafted and in terms of the success of the franchise. That's a fact, right? And then Michael Jordan decided he don't want to talk to the man for the rest of his life because that was being disloyal. These guys have some nerve, Eric, that they're above reproach. They're above reproach. You can't even talk to them.
Yeah, we live in a
So,
sensitive world.
listen.
We live in today's climate. We live in a sensitive world where, I mean, this has been going on for years though, where major league athletes, didn't speak to reporters for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? You have the Marshawn Lynch, you have Westbrook, you have all these guys that refuse to talk to reporters. Listen, let me say this. Some reporters do make it personal, though, Frank. Some reporters do make it personal. Now, if it's objective and it's opinionated, yes, I agree with you on that. You have your opinion. You could be objective. Fine. But when you start making
yes, I'm not lying on you.
Start making it personal, and some of the reporters make it personal. That's when it gets out of hand, Frank. That's all I'm saying. Now, I don't know the backstory behind this reporter with Dion. I want to do my research on it, and once I do get my research, I'll come back on the show. And if I have to apologize, I'll apologize. But as of right now, I'm standing on Dion saying, listen, I don't want this guy in the press. I don't want this guy in the locker room, in the press conference.
But you can't, whoa. You can't just do what you just did. You can't say, hold on. You can't say, I need to get more information, but I stand with Dion. You can't do that.
I stand with Dion.
Time out. No. Because you said if the information comes back, right, and the guy has been truthful, right, about Dion and has expressed rational opinions, then you disagree with Dion. So you can't stand with Dion right now. You have to hold on. You have to wait till you get the information.
That's fair.
Is that fair? And once you get the information, then you have to stand with Dion or stand against Dion. Listen, you can like a person's character and be down with a person, but not like some of the things they do.
Listen.
At times, if Dion is wrong, you got to be able to say Dion is wrong.
Again, some of these reporters, they go overboard,
But listen, no, that's it. But that's not. You got to get the information, and then you got to see where you stand.
You're right about that. Okay, we're still hot.
There we go.
Still hot. Let's go.
So, I want to read this quote. I was trying to find this quote, right? So the other day, right, Anthony Edwards made a statement. Okay, Anthony Edwards, young superstar. I like him, but I think he puts his foot in his mouth a lot, and I think this would be the issue. This is why the NBA has to be careful with Anthony Edwards, right? Because he's a fun guy, you know what I mean? But he says things sometimes where you want to smack him and be like, sit down and be quiet, right? But Jason Tatum's young too, and he doesn't do stuff that he does.
He's not media savvy, Frank. He's young. He's not media.
Thank you. So he said a few days ago that Michael Jordan was the only player who had any real skill back in the 90s. That's the quote.
Yes.
Right? He said, I didn't watch it back in the day, so I can't speak on it, Edwards says. They say it was tougher back then than it is now, but I don't think anybody had skills back then. Michael Jordan was the only one that really had skill. You know what I mean? So that's why when they saw Kobe Bryant, they were like, oh my God, but now everybody has skill. So he's saying, but now everybody has skill. Okay? So he said, oh my God, now and nobody has skill in the 90s but Michael Jordan, right? And the great Magic Johnson came out and said, I won't even address, and he didn't say an idiot, but he was like, I can't even talk to a guy that has no championships on no level. The guy didn't win don't have an NBA championship. He definitely didn't win a Georgia championship in college for the University of Georgia. And Magic said, I don't even know if he had a high school championship, right? So, are you with Anthony Edwards or are you against Anthony Edwards in that statement?
Edwards on that one. Listen, Anthony Edwards, take it from Dominican. You get yourself a PR person when you want to make these dumbass statements, these dumbass, listen, Anthony Edwards, take it from me. Get yourself a PR person. Get yourself a person that's going to be able to write stuff down for you when you're in front of the media, and get some media training so you can answer the questions properly, or when you want to speak out on certain.
Well, no, it's not about writing something down. He didn't answer a question, right? He was his statement.
Get yourself a PR person.
Right. So okay. So, but every time he goes to talk on his social media page or whatever, he can't go ask his PR person.
Well,
I hear you.
In social media, you have to be very careful.
Right. So let me ask you a question, right? So my visceral reaction is like yours, which is, bro, shut up, bro. Like, what are you talking about, right? But let me ask you a question, right? I think it's a bigger question here, okay? And let me tell you why it's a bigger question.
I'm listening.
You ready, E? So from a skill perspective, he may be right, right? But I think we equate sometimes skill with greatness, okay? And I think that's where people are confused, right? Because from a skill perspective, the players back then were not very skilled compared to guys today skilled, right? So like Kyrie Irving is way more skilled, you would argue, than Michael Jordan, right? He's way more skilled. But Michael Jordan's a way better player, right? So you could say, you know, there are big men today that are way more skilled than Wilt Chamberlain was, right? But Wilt Chamberlain was a better player. And so I don't know that Edwards is wrong, right? When he talks about now, there were other guys besides Michael Jordan that had skill, right? That's a silly comment. But in general, Eric, in general, the players today are significantly more skilled than the players back then,
Yes.
right? So I don't know that his statement is wrong. I think the problem is the implication is that the players today are better than the players because Magic Johnson couldn't dribble with his left hand for the most part, right? I mean, Magic Johnson, as great as he is, he's my favorite
And
player
Jordan,
ever. You know that, right? Magic Johnson, you look at it.
Jordan couldn't be the
If you
go
look at
left.
it, right? So if you look at it from a pure skill perspective, right? The players today are more skilled. So I don't know that he was wrong, right? Contextually, it's dangerous because, again, it implies that the players back then were better, right? Like, I don't know, Tracy McGrady is more skilled than Michael Jordan, for sure,
Yeah.
right? Michael Jordan's a way better player. And so, is Anthony Edwards wrong? And again, he's probably a little hyperbole, he exaggerated when he says that Jordan was the only guy, because there are other guys that were skilled, right? Isaiah Thomas is, a very skilled guard, right? Isaiah Thomas is an example of a very skilled guard in that era, and he's as skilled as guards today. Okay. Larry Bird was very skilled, 6'9" guy, put the ball on the floor, shoot pass. So there are examples, Eric, right? But as a whole, okay, the players today are more skilled when you talk about shooting, passing, ball handling, dribbling, all of that stuff, right? If you look at a guy like Curry, you don't have to go to the top of the list. You go to a guy like Dame Lillard, right? Dame Lillard is more skilled probably than any player of that era. Skilled. Well, let me not say than any player, right? But like Dame Lillard has more skill than Michael Jordan.
Oh.
He's a better dribbler, better passer, better shooter. Michael Jordan's more athletic, right? More dexterity, better athlete. But we're talking about just skill. Is there any player in the history of the game more skilled than Kyrie Irving?
Okay.
So viscerally, Eric, we all cringe at this statement, okay? But like, how skilled was, like, we love Ron Harper, but how skilled was Ron Harper?
He was skilled, but he wasn't. He was okay.
Clyde Drexler was right to right to right to right to right. He could. You might well call him dead left, like dead left shrimp, because he couldn't use his left hand at all.
Tremendous athlete, just can't use his left hand.
Right, and guys, then the one-on-one moves, the inside-out court, like, come on. So as people are excoriating him, and then it's funny, right? The guys go back to like the ring conversation, right? Like the fact, I love Magic Johnson, but the fact that Anthony Edwards don't have no rings don't mean that the players back there were more skilled, right? Like the man, you don't have to have rings. Like that's what Shaq does that on the show when he's like, you don't have G4 classification if you don't have an NBA ring, bruh.
He gets mad at Charles.
Stop.
For that.
Guys can give their opinions and have smart opinions and know the game. Just because you have a ring doesn't make you more qualified, right, as a person commentating about basketball in general. Now, obviously, you can speak more to the point of winning the ring, right, and what that experience is like. But in terms of being able to talk about basketball, so Magic Johnson went to he hasn't won a championship conversation. I love Magic. He's my favorite. But I'm not sure that that's like irrelevant. That's a flex. That's a flex. That's a flex. But that doesn't make him non-qualified to look and see what the skill level is, right?
Yeah, we can see that the skill level has, definitely increased throughout the years. I mean, guys are doing moves we've never seen back in them days, right? Guys are doing step backs, double step backs, all type of stuff, right? So, I mean, Euro steps, you know what I mean? So, I mean, the game has definitely evolved, and the skill level definitely has increased. You know what I'm saying? But was it a statement of trying to show trying to you know say that these guys are better, the new generation is better? Eh,
Right. That's different now, E. Now, see, that's a different statement, right? But I think that's what people are conflating two different issues. Big word, E, conflating. I think people are conflating two different issues, right? I think the players could have been be more skilled today, but you could argue the players were better back then, or not argue, whatever you want to argue from that perspective. But I think Anthony Edwards' statement was based upon skill, not like, I mean, I don't. Has there ever been a player as skilled as Victor Wembanyama, the 7'5", and I mean, or Kevin Durant, like in terms of skill level? I mean, come on, bro.
I just think the game has evolved, and with all these guys having personal trainers and trying different things now, the skill level has definitely has improved throughout the years. You know, what I mean, you got guys that are 7'4", ball handling, shooting, right? Back in the days, we never saw that. You guys. We saw Patrick Ewing, who had decent skills, okay, but he wasn't a ball handler. Now these guys are 7'4" that can handle the ball, right? And assist, and do different things. So the game has expanded, and so we got to give credit to the old guys for paving the way for some of these new guys to come along and elevate the game of basketball. That's my take on it. And Anthony Edwards, but get some media training, bro, because
Yeah, we agree on
media
that.
savvy. You're not media
We agree
savvy.
on that. He's never going to be the face of the NBA with the way he is today, right? He's still young, but he's not that young anymore, right? He's like a 4 or 5 year NBA guy, right? He's been in the league probably this is his fourth year, so it's not like he's an 18-year-old kid, right? He's been, he needs some. This will prevent him from being the face of the league, right? Some of these off-brand remarks, right, that really upset the powers that be in the league. So anyway, E, great show, obviously fiery. I love it. Football is here again. College football started last week. And by the way, big games coming this week. Let's see what your boy Mount of the South, Dion Sanders. Let's see what your Colorado Buffaloes do game one. Let's see.
They play South
But anyway,
Dakota State. I believe they should be able to win that one, right?
well, you hope so. You know what I mean? With your boys. I mean, they should win that. NFL football is here.
Big game. Big game.
So, all right, E. Well, listen.
Big game. Big game. Ravens. Your Ravens.
Tell me.
Against the Kansas City Chiefs. Who you got, Frank? Your Ravens against the Kansas City Chiefs, Frank.
Easy. With the new run game, with the Ravens, with the new run game again, with the Ravens, right? Hollywood Brown is injured for the Chiefs. Absolutely, the Ravens. By the way, is it in Baltimore or KC?
I will have to check that. We can check that.
Right. But I think a healthy Ravens team, Lamar Jackson, right? Great. We made some Henry, great running addition where we love to run the football. Receiver core looking great. Defense has always been great. I 100% feel like, and especially if it's in Baltimore. I got the Ravens.
I think it's in Baltimore.
It's in Baltimore? Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I got the Ravens 7 points, a touchdown.
Wow. I got Kansas City Chiefs. I got the Kansas City Chiefs.
Touchdown.
Put in a wager on it until you want to. But,
What now? So we can major straight up. What you want to put 100 on it? Straight up. I got the Ravens. You got the Chiefs. Now let's be clear. Let's be clear for the people out there. You said the game was in Baltimore, and we going flat.
Now we going flat. Pick 'em. You just said that you got them 7-point favorite.
I'm not giving you 7 points. That's just best flat up. Who are you picking?
You just said that. You ain't said that.
Who are you picking? So you don't want to bet. So you don't want to bet straight up.
You said 7 point. You said you brought that up.
I'm telling you. Do you want to bet? Do you want to bet straight up or no?
When the time comes, our next episode we'll make that happen.
Here we go. Scared money and good money. You shaking in your boots over there in the Heights. I'm affirmative. Let's go. You shake. Look at you. Stop. You shaking. You sweating. Come on, man. Put the money up. Scared money don't make money, baby.
When the time
Put the
comes,
money up.
closer to that date, when the time comes, we'll have another episode before that.
Here we go. What you got to figure out how the stars are aligned. You're gonna look up in the sky and see if the Big Dipper is above in the heights that night, and then you're gonna determine if you want to make the bet.
All that stuff plays a factor.
Oh boy. Anyway, all right. Well, let me know. I got 100 on the Ravens. You let me know what you want to do. The Ravens gonna win the Super Bowl. The Ravens, I hope my Cowboys can get it. Ravens or the Cowboys gonna win the Super Bowl this year. Hope my Cowboys get it though. We need it. So
yeah.
By the way, E, shout out, man. You know, we do this at the end of the show, shouting out your Dominican brothers and sisters. Who you want to shout out today?
Since baseball is coming down to the wire, I want to give a shout out to my man, Adrian Beltran. He was inducted to the Hall of Fame 2024, first ballot guy. You know, phenomenal guy, had tremendous stats. You know, I think he was signed when he was maybe 16 years old or 15 years old as a young star in the Dominican Republic. So shout out to Adrian Beltran and in the Hall of Fame. You know, I think we got about 4 or 5 now. I think we got about 4 or 5 Dominican players in the Hall of Fame now. Hopefully Manny will get in there soon. So shout out to Adrian Beltran.
So just to be clear. So just to be clear,
yes.
E.
Yes, I'm here.
Hello? Just to be clear, Beltran, amazing player. You know, I always remember about Beltran. It's funny. He used to hate people touch his head. Remember, they would touch his head and he would be ready to, you know, fight when somebody, you know, his teammates would pat his head after he got a hit or made a good play. But great player. E, I'm surprised. Are you sure there are only 4 Dominican players in the Hall of Fame? That can't be right, E.
Yeah. I mean, Juan Marichal.
Yo, why you always go up with your numbers? You was at 3 with the Caitlin Clark conversation. You said 4 to start this. Now you at 5 or 6. Come on, man. If you want to get
Pedro,
and by the way,
David
your
Ortiz,
boy, that's 3.
Vladimir Guerrero, that's
4.
4. That's 4. I might be missing 1 or 2, but those are the 4 that I could come up right now. We can look it up though. But shout out to all those Dominicans out there, you know, wearing that yellow jacket down in Cooperstown, baby. Good job, man. Good job.
And Manny stands no chance.
Manny gonna get in. They gotta let him in, Frank.
If you were right, E.
See,
I think only 5.
This is right, baby.
I think only 5. E, I think it's Marichal, Pedro, Guerrero, Ortiz, and then Beltran.
That was right, Frank. Come on, man.
Yeah. I think he said 4, just to be clear.
I didn't count Adrian Beltran.
You said, well, you're not going to count him, and that's when you shouting out. But anyway, but yeah, great baseball player. Manny got caught cheating multiple times with the steroids and all that kind of stuff. So. No, he won't. Unless they put a doping wing in. You know what I'm saying?
We should have that topic. I'm saying they got to let those guys in. So you mean to tell me you're not going to let Barry Bonds in? You're not going to let Wire?
Another day.
Yeah,
we got to get out of here. Let's take that. Another day.
Yes, for sure.
All right. Good people, we appreciate you. We thank you. Subscribe, like, show love. We out.
De lo mío.